Hello children, have a nice day. Today our topic is industries. This is from Geography Unit 6. Industries. Okay, what is industry? Industry is a process by which the raw materials are changed into finished products. Many raw materials are not fit for human consumption. Therefore, there is a need for conversion. This transformation of commodities from one form to another form is the essence of manufacturing industry or the secondary group of economic activities. Therefore, any country in the world is basically depends on the effective growth of industries for its economic development. You can see in the picture, this is the production. It is commodities. This goods transformation of commodities from one form to another form, isn't it? You can see the cotton changed into cloth. Okay, let's see about economic activity. Any action that involves in the production, distribution, consumption or services is an economic activity. Basics of economic activities. The following are the major and fundamental economic activities. That is primary economic activities, secondary economic activities, tertiary economic activities. Then quaternary activities and quinary activities. You can see the example for primary economic activities. Example, raw cotton production. For secondary, spinning mill. Then tertiary, trade and transport. Quaternary, banking sector. Quinary, example, judiciary sector. Let's see about one after another. First one, primary economic activity. These are the economic activities which have been originated in the very beginning. It includes the activities such as forestry, grazing, hunting, food gathering, fishing, agriculture, mining and quarrying. Next one is secondary economic activity. Secondary activities are those that change raw materials into usable products through processing and manufacturing. You can see in the picture cotton is changed into ready to wear the cloth. Tertiary economic activity. Tertiary economic activities are those that provide essential services and support the industries to function. For example, banking, tourism, bus driving. Tertiary activity is classified into two, quaternary economic activity and quinary economic activity. What is quaternary economic activity? These are associated with the creation and transfer of information including research and training. Then quinary. These activities refers to the high-level decision-making processes by executives in industries, business, education and government. Let's see about the factors responsible for location of industries. We need locations for industries, isn't it? So this is grouped into geographical factor and non-geographical factors. Geographical factors, these are raw material, power, labor, transport, storage and warehousing, topography, climate and water resource. Let's see about one after another. Raw material, first one. Bulky goods and weight-losing materials cannot be transported for long distances. Therefore, industries like iron and steel and sugar industries are located near the place of availability of iron ore and sugarcane respectively. Steel plant in Salem is located near Kanchamalai where iron ore is available there. Similarly, sugar industries are located near the sugarcane growing areas. Next, we will move on to power. Power is base and essential to run the entire industry. Power is mostly generated from the conventional sources like coal, mineral oil and water. Next one is labor. Availability of cheap and skilled labor is another important requirement for labor intensive industries, for example, tea industry, like that. Next is transport. It is needed for transporting raw materials to the industries and also for sending the finished products to the market. So, the junction points of waterways, roadways, and railways become active centers of industrial activity. Next one is storage and warehousing. The finished goods should reach the market at the end of the process of manufacturing. Hence, such finished products should be stored at suitable storage or warehouse till the goods are taken to the market. Topography. The site that is selected for the establishment of an industry must be flat, so it can be well served by different modes of transport. Next one is climate. Extreme climate condition is not suitable for the successful industrial growth. Moreover, there are certain industries which require a specific climate. Example, cool, humid climate is ideal for cotton textile industry as Coimbatore and Tripur have such type of climate. So many cotton textile industries are located in this zone. Okay, let's we move on to water resources. Many industries are established near rivers, canals, and lakes for this reason. Iron and steel industries, textile industries, and chemical industries require plenty of water for their proper functioning. Next one is non geographical factors. There are capital, government policies, and availability of loans. Let's see about one by one. Capital. Capital or huge investment is needed for the establishment of industries without which no industry can be established. Next one is availability of loans. In most cases, it is not possible to start an industry with enough capital in hand. So the investors seek loan to start the industries. Thus, the organizational setup which provides loan and insurance are required. Then last one is government policies or regulations. These are another important factor that influences industrial allocation. The government sets certain restriction in the allocation of land for industries in order to reduce regional disparities, to control excessive pollution and to avoid the excessive clustering of industries in big cities. So the policies also affect the industrial locations. Let's we move on to the topic of classification of industries. Industries are classified on various bases in the following ways. That is basis of raw materials, basis of size and capital, then basis of ownership. Let's see about one by one. On the base, industries are classified on various bases in the following ways. From the on the basis of raw materials, agro-based industry, mineral-based industry, marine-based industry, and forest-based industries have. Okay, let's see about one by one. Agro-based industries. These industries use plant and animal-based products as their raw materials. For example, food processing, vegetable oil, cotton textile, and dairy products, etc. Next one is mineral-based industries. These are the industries that use mineral ores as their raw materials. Iron made from iron ore is the product of mineral-based industry. Cement machine tools, etc. Or the other examples of mineral based industries. Next one is marine based industries. These industries use products from the sea and oceans as raw materials. For example, processed seafood, fish, oil manufacturing units, etc. The last one is forest based industries. These industries use forest products as their raw materials. For example, pulp and paper, furniture, and some pharmaceuticals industries, etc. Next one, next basis of size and capital. From this heading, have two. One is large scale industries and small scale industries. What's large scale industries? The capital required for the establishment of an industry is more than 1 crore. The industry is called as the large scale industry. For example, iron and steel, oil refineries, cement and textile industries are the best examples for large scale industries. Then small scale industries, the capital required for the establishment of an industry is less than 1 crore. The industry is called as small scale industry. For example, silk weaving and household industries belong to this category. Let's we move on to the another basis, that is ownership. The basis of ownership from the private sector industries, public sector industries, joint sector industries, cooperative sector industries. Let's see about one by one. What is private sector industries? These type of industries are owned and operated by individuals or a group of individuals. For example, Bajaj Auto, Reliance, etc. Next one is public sector industries. These type of industries are owned and operated by the government. For example, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited or the examples of public sector industries. Next one is joint sector industries. These type of industries are owned and operated jointly by the government and individuals or a group of individuals. For example, Indian Oil, Tanking Limited, Indian Synthetic Rubber Limited, etc. Then last one is cooperative sector industries. Industries of this kind are owned and operated by the producers or suppliers of raw materials or workers or both. For example, Anand Milk Union Limited is the best example of the cooperative sector. Children, I hope you had understood this lesson. You learn book back exercises which is displayed on the screen. Thank you, children. Take care of yourself. Bye.